Hello, and we are Adventura. I am super excited about today's episode. Today, I'm going to introduce my brother to Beartooth. Now, if I'm being honest, um, I just recently discovered these guys. Maybe when's the last time maybe about a month ago or so. And I have lost my mind. They are fan freaking tastic. I absolutely love them. And now we're gonna make my brother a believer. So I'm gonna show him three songs today. We're gonna go back to their probably, at least on Spotify, it's their biggest hit. It's their number one song on there from 9 years ago. Um, and then we're gonna show him two songs from their newest album. And yeah, let's
Okay.
get into it.
Anything I need to know before we go in, or should it all just be a fun surprise?
Uh, I may have things to add in between songs.
Okay.
We are starting with their 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 number one song on Spotify, the 9 years. It's about 9 years old at this point. Is what the YouTube video says. So,
And what's that
yep.
called?
Oh, right. In Between
In Between. Very
by
cool.
Beartooth.
Let's
So
let's do it.
let's get into it. Yeah.
Can't hear what you're shouting. I'm deaf to your show. It's easy to lose your self-control. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. Life can be such overdose. Up on the mountain, I see down below. It's easy to lose yourself, I know. In the in-between.
Yeah. All right. So that was In Between. Let's lead off with this. Do you
Mhm.
recall that song at all? Have you ever heard that song?
I've never
That
heard
you
that
recall?
song before. I'm
Nice.
relatively certain. Have
We
you?
succeeded, everybody.
Yay.
I had. If I'm being
Okay.
honest,
Well,
that even
yeah, you introduced. Never mind. That was a silly question. You're the one introducing me to all the
right.
songs.
But and I will say, like, I've heard that song like
Okay.
probably years ago at this point. But for whatever reason, I don't know. Life happens. Three
Yeah.
kids, whatever. I didn't dig into them
Yeah.
until a month ago. But I did recognize that song, and so I wanted to lead off with this one to give them a shout from I man, I you know, the internet's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is actually off their first album. So, I mean,
Okay.
that's a pretty strong start, right?
Yes. I'm
Oh,
going to talk about this one for a second. If you unless you had something else to add.
I mean, nah, go
Okay.
for it.
Okay. I mean, we can go back and forth, but
Yeah, of
the
course.
thing that really struck me with this song, kind of a combination of the lyrics and the vocals, is the verses are obviously heavier, the screaming voices, and it's also like the darker. It's like life just sucks when it's on the bottom. And then as he gets into the cleaner vocals, it's more hopeful. And then it goes back into, he goes back and forth between verse, chorus, right? And then the bridge is so okay, I'm gonna back up for a second. So like the chorus is specifically like up on the mountain I see below, kind of like everything that sucked, right? It's almost like this point of I'm not moved past it necessarily, but I'm ignoring the stuff that I don't want to hear anymore. Like you can't hear what you're shouting. I'm deaf to your show.
Yeah.
So I really like that. And then the bridge is like it's a combination. He starts like each line. He almost starts with a clean vocal and ends with a
A
scream.
little growlier scream.
Yeah, and it is
Wow.
this combination because it's almost like there's two characters, but to me it's almost like future self talking to past self, where
Hmm?
the past self is the screaming mixed up in the world, and the current self is I've learned to ignore what I need to ignore. And the bridge is like that transition period. It's like I won't
The
let pain.
in-between.
It's the in between. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. And so I won't let pain get in my way. Like it's this specific transition from, being in the mix and
Yeah.
moving on. So I don't know. I loved that song. I loved obviously just the melody itself. Again, it's one of those
It's
songs that I struggle not to start
catchy.
singing with, despite the fact that I've never heard
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
And I mean, you've kind of chimed into honestly one of the biggest reasons I really wanted to introduce you to this band specifically is it's really hard to find positive rock
Yeah.
these days, period, ever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I mean,
Because
it's fantastic.
to kind of go along with that song, I'm not gonna lie. When we first started, and the opening line is just "Life just sucks when you all you know is the bottom. It's not your choice. There's no escaping it." Because I was looking at when we started, it does have that bummer feel to it. So I'm and obviously by the time we get to the chorus, there's so much more hope, and there's
Yeah.
and one thing I like
Positivity.
it's positivity, because like hope a lot of the times is like it can get better, and like for here, to me the chorus reads, "I am better." Like
Yeah.
it's not even like a possible.
Oh.
Like hope is like it's possible, but like
Yeah.
this is just no.
Sorry, I
I'm
got excited. I got
Okay,
excited
okay.
for our audience. I got excited for you because oh man.
okay.
Everybody, I wish I could just show this boy the whole entire new album. He would love it. But
Ugh.
alas,
There's only so much
we
time
have
in the
lives.
day. Yes.
Right. So,
Okay. With that
uh,
said, which is the next song?
okay, so I have just it was really hard to decide on the next two songs, okay? Because again, whole album. But I decided for everybody's sake to give a harder song from the album, and I don't know if I'd say softer, but softer in its own way. We'll talk about it when we get there. So the next song we are going to check out is called Doubt Me. So
Okay, I'm excited to dive
let's
in.
go. Sorry if I sing, everybody.
I've been used by the useless. My whole body's covered in bruises, consumed by the clueless, so full of lies and excuses. I've let you take enough from me. I'm jumping ship to watch you sink. When you look back and I'm still standing. Remember every time you help me, it makes me stronger than before. When you help me, it fuels the fire even more. So give me all you got. I can't wait to watch you rot. If there's one thing you should learn about me, don't ever fucking tell me. Don't ever fucking tell me. Now you're gone with no traces. You might as well have been faceless. Exposed all your weakness. I'm getting back to the basics. The smoke is clear, I'm seeing red. I won't stop fighting till I'm dead. When you look back and I'm still standing. Remember every time you help me, it makes me stronger than before. When you help me, it fuels the fire even more. So give me all you got. I can't wait to watch you rot. If there's one thing you should learn about me, don't ever fucking tell me. Now you're stuck treading water in the ocean alone. Let out light for apologies. How about a rope and a stone?
We got a little dark.
A little bit, a little bit. Oh. You always need the growl in there.
Yeah.
I've let you take enough from me. I'm jumping ship to watch you sink. When you look back and I'm still standing. Remember every time you help me, it makes me stronger than before. When you help me, it fuels the fire even more. So give me all you got. I can't wait to watch you rot. If there's one thing you should learn about me, don't ever fucking tell me. Don't ever fucking tell me. Don't ever fucking tell me.
Oh. My favorite one to sing in the car.
Oh, I can see why.
All right.
Whew.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And immediately in my head, this is like probably the hardest one. That
Okay.
I might be wrong. I don't know for sure. I don't recall.
Sometimes that's hard to, like,
Yeah.
you just have categories of, like, this is a hard song, this is also a hard song. And sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, well, he screams 3% more in this song, actually.
Yeah. Semantics. I mean, whatever. You know.
Yes.
But it is definitely one of my favorite ones. Like I said, I sing one of this in the car. I've been singing this almost daily in the car to work
Nice.
all month.
It has... I'm hesitant to name bands anymore because I always get these wrong. I'm relatively certain, because I've literally seen them in concert, but it has a feel of I Prevail's Bow Down. Like, it has that vibe to it. Not necessarily same lyrically, but it has that.
No, I approve of that thought. And I love I Prevail, as you know. So.
Yes. I mean, we saw them in concert together. And I think you've seen them in concert otherwise. So.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice total. So, and I would go again. Yeah, no, absolutely. It is. Oh, but like, let's take a moment to appreciate that dude's vocals. Yeah. I mean, we could have done that in the first song too. Like,
so I will say, because, and I don't get me wrong, I loved his vocals in the first one too. Obviously, that's like most of what I talked about, and they're really good. It's so vastly different though. Like, yeah, obviously he still has high voice. Later. Yeah, but it like, and also, and part of that's probably recording abilities, right? Like, we have better technology. But like, It's so on point. Like this song was just. I just want to keep saying so on point, but it's really really solid.
But it was.
But it was.
And,
I mean, I will
yeah.
say, obviously, what I normally try to do is kind of talk lyrically. This is a pretty straightforward song.
Well, one thing I want to point out that I caught, and I mean, this could get into the point where we analyze it to death, and we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed is he was singing to that. It seemed like he was singing that to himself in the mirror a lot of that video, which I had not caught.
Oh, that's
Now,
a really good shout.
Now, the only line that super doesn't make sense if you're talking about yourself and doubting yourself and that, and I love that idea, but is that I can't wait to watch you rot. That makes it a little bit more weird.
I mean, to be fair, I think that works too. I mean, with the whole, if you think of it like I am talking about me, but like someone who has struggled with mental health stuff in the past, like that stuff that I used to really struggle with is still there. It's just not as, for me,
Okay.
I've found ways to manage it a bit more, but it's always there. And if I'm singing a song to that, I want to be like, I want you to die. So,
there you go.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know if that's what they meant, but
Yeah.
I caught that this time watching that video, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If that's what he meant, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
It's music.
It could also just be
You know.
a past person who doubted him. So
It could also be a rock band just doing cool things in mirrors.
that's true, because mirrors are cool.
So,
He didn't break
I mean-
it though, so that's weird. Did he?
No, but
Okay.
fair point. It's weird that he didn't.
I immediately doubted myself. I was like, "Whoa, did he?" Because
That's because he should have.
yes.
But I don't.
He
yeah.
doesn't
All
want
right.
7 years of bad luck, apparently. Okay, what's
I wouldn't either.
what's next on the
Okay.
docket here?
Okay. This next one is called Might Love Myself. And honestly, this is the song that while I was listening to this album the first time, I had the thought like, holy crap, I've got to show Nathaniel all of these
Nice.
for this album. Like this was the nail in the coffin. This is the one. Like it made me realize that for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, I listen to music and I'm like, this is too hard for him. This is this, it's whatever.
Yeah.
This was the song that
Okay.
I thought of you.
Nice.
And it's, yeah. So, Might Love Myself. Let's
Okay.
do this.
Let's do it.
Think I might love myself. I thought love was overrated, and I don't know how to take it. Still chasing ghosts, I feel so unsure. And I sold myself a lie. Still gave it one more try. Gave everything that I had and more. Couldn't happen to me. Couldn't happen to me. Couldn't happen to me. Ooh, then it took my body over. Lost all my composure. Never felt quite like this before. Chemistry is changing, emotions rearranging. I'm out of my cage, breaking my spell. Think I might love myself. Trade my hope for pain. Still hate who I became. How long am I gonna be young and lost? Might never feel right, never be clear, but nothing will change until I face my fear. Done paying the price without knowing the cost. Could it happen to me? Could it happen to me? Could it happen to me? Yeah. It took my body over.
I like that.
Yeah.
Lost all my composure. Never felt quite like this before. focused on the time, how I'm losing every minute. Gotta make a choice, gotta push it to the limit. Never felt better, never making an apology. I'm exactly who I wanna be! Took my body over, lost all my composure. Never felt quite like this before. Chemistry is changing, emotions rearranging. I'm out of my cage, breaking my spell. Think I might love myself. Think I might love myself.
That was happy.
All right. Love
Oh,
myself.
That was a good one. Might love myself.
Fine, fair. Sorry.
But
I realized I was going to say anything, but yeah.
So
yeah.
happy.
It was, dude, and there's just something about, yelling. I listen to music a lot in the car.
Mhm.
Just FYI to everybody, you know this, but
I do.
so like that's a lot of my experience music listening, and yelling. I'm exactly who I want to be in the car.
Mhm.
Is I mean,
It's
yeah,
pretty
it's pretty
empowering.
great.
Yeah.
It's pretty empowering. So I
And it is,
love it.
and it is really interesting too, because it is kind of the counterculture to like the self-help mentality a little bit, right? Because there a lot of the self-help mentality is there's something wrong with you and here's how to fix it.
Yeah.
But there is so much benefit in just going
There's power in it.
just going, I like who I am. Not that you can't always find little things. It's like, you know what? I could do this a little bit better. That's fine. You can still like who you are and still find little things to make yourself better. They don't have, because I
still
feel like
love
that's a
yourself.
lot of it too. Is especially I'll just speak for me, because usually when it comes to those things that I'm like, I need to do that better, and that thought process behind it isn't like, oh, that way I can continue being a good person. It's like, because without that, I'm a less good person. A lot of the time, that's how that, whether I consciously think that or not, a lot of the times that's what's going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So. Yeah. I don't even have any. I mean, look. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's awesome. It's fantastic.
It is.
Go listen to all of it.
Yes.
So
So
you have
with that
anything
said,
to add?
I really don't. I'm really excited
Okay.
to dive into the rest of it. I will say, and we've kind of premised this a little bit with like our intro to Livingston, is I am giving myself free reign to go listen to the rest of this album, because we're, I want
That's
to
the point.
Effectively.
That's
I
the point
want
of
to.
this.
It's the point. Yes. So
Okay.
yeah.
With that said, right here on this note, if you like what you saw, everybody, they have, as far as I can think of, they have two other music videos out called "I Was Alive" and "Riptide," and both of them are just as good.
Okay.
And trust me, I had a hard time deciding what to show Nathaniel here and everybody else. But choices were made. So,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah. And I mean, with that said, I think one of the reasons I wanted to show Nathaniel this band is just the sheer positivity of this band. It's rare in rock, alternative metal, whatever you want to call it. So if y'all have any other suggestions on some positive rock, man, you let us know down in the comments.
Yes, please do. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. With that said, Nathaniel, you got anything to add?
Nope. Let's see what you got.
With that said, we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Later.